Hi, my baby is high. Sorry, I'm trying to open a pack of cigarettes. What's going on, guys? I have tried everything and anything to get in touch with Susie, and I cannot. I really can't. I've tried. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say nothing, but I don't know. I don't know if. I don't know. I just don't know where my baby is at. I know where she's at, but I don't understand. I've been writing you for 3.5 days. Baby girl, where are you? Can you just write me back that you're okay? Can you do that for me, honey? Please. Just write me back. I'm okay. I'm okay, sis. I'm okay. That's what I need. And I love you so much. Anyway, hi, everybody. Is when your best friend just disappears on you. It takes a toll on you. It really does. Because I can't get her to respond. There's got to be something wrong because me and her, we talk every day. I guess when I stood off a camera for that month, I guess since I haven't worked on the Kanika case, I should be working on it. And I have started a video on it. I have. But you guys got to understand that it's hard proving the same thing over and over and over again. And it's like, what are you going to do? What can you do? If what is there left to do? I want to ask you guys, what is there left to do? Because I don't know. Everybody in Rosemont is connected. Y'all got to understand this. They're all connected. They all look out for each other's asses. So, while the same people are in office and they have that bum ass mayor in Chicago and all of that, nothing's going to change because they're all connected. And if it does change, it's just going to change to another family member. That's what's going to happen. And we'll never get justice. We won't get justice. We never will. No matter how much we fight and how much we prove and how much we can see how they're grabbing her, and we see this. I mean, it's not like we're blind. We've seen these things. But what am I going to do? I mean, I done proved it. The last page I had, me and Susie had had, I think, 500 and something videos on it. And I lost all of that information. But that person lost everything they had. Trust me. Trust and believe. I don't hear a sound from them anymore. And I better not. Anyway, so what is it? We're going to get into the ending of what happened with my daughter's father. But I want to ask you guys, what is there left to do? Because I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is that we have proven over and over and over and over again that Yeah, they killed Kanika. Yeah, they raped her. Yeah, everybody was involved. Yeah, it was a setup. We know this. We know it. We know it. We know it. And Rosemont, they know we know. The mayor knows we all know. Each one of our pages are being watched to see who brings out something new in the case. That's what's happening. They're watching all the videos. So if you guys think they're not, you're wrong. They're watching every video that we do and we throw out. Because, why? Because they don't want to get busted. So they're always going to stay on top of shit. Always. They're always going to stay on top of shit. I promise you that. And what happens to Eugenia Walker, Kanika, all those kids in the car, all of them, to get hit by that Mack truck that was waiting to hit them. It was on cue, like I told you guys. But, what are we gonna do? Tell me. Rosemont ain't gonna reopen the case. They're never gonna exhume that body. Never. It's never gonna happen. It really isn't. So we're like fighting a losing battle. It's like we're never gonna win. So, I mean, we can keep proving it over and over and over and over again any way we can, but it's still gonna be the same outcome. They killed her. We know it. They know we know it. And they're just not gonna change it. I was gonna come on camera today. I was gonna see if Susie wanted to do the split screen. Oh, my eyes are itching me bad. I'm telling you. I have such a bad uh, cold. It started, I don't know from where. Anyway, but all right. Let's get off of that right now, and we'll get back to that because I need to tell you guys what happened. All right, remember we were at the part where my cigarette turned off. We were at the part where same cigarette, guys. So anyway, I told you we were at my niece's house, and we were driving back, and I was already going up the steps because we lived on the second floor. On the first floor lived these women. They were gay, and they lived downstairs from us, and we became really good friends after what happened. Well, anyway, I'm up on the second part of the steps, and what happens? I look and I'm like, who are these guys jogging at this time? And when I went to put down one of the packages, I turned back around. It was my daughter's father and his nephew. I cannot believe this. Now, the man that I'm living with, and I lived with him for 12 years. Remember, I had a baby very young, so I had a life of an adult and a child at the same time. So, anyway, he said to me when he was running up the steps, either you leaving with me right now or I'm gonna cut you up, I'm gonna fuck you up. And I saw him in Spanish, like never, motherfucker, never, in Spanish. And when he put his hands up, I put my hand up. I thought he was gonna punch me. And me and him started fighting, and his nephew was paranoid because his nephew was 16. at the time. And when they're pampering, okay, so he he's grabbing me and we're fist fighting, and I'm thinking he's punching me. I'm thinking he's punching me, but he wasn't. He was actually cutting me with the razors. And thank God that I'm so white, because otherwise you would be able to see the scars all over my fingers. I had He sliced my hands, my fingers, but you can't see it. You can't see none of it. Because why? Because my father and my mother got together and they paid um for a plastic surgeon. Now I could have got it paid myself, because I told you I had mad money. Every time he would put his money down, I make sure I took out like about 300 from it always. Please. So when he put his hand up, I put my hand up, and the keys reflected on the razors, and that's when I realized this motherfucker got razors taped to his fingers, and we're fighting. But I didn't realize the fucking razors until it was too late. We were already fighting, and then he went. I saw he went to put his hand up to punch me. I thought, but meanwhile, this motherfucker's cutting me. And I had on my favorite blue jeans. It was so sexy. You know how you got the hole on your pants. You wear the hole under your pants, and like me, I know how to take a pair of jeans, uh, cut it with a razor. And talking about razors, right? Cut it with a razor or scissor, and then all you have to do is take the string and break it, and then put it in the dryer for about an hour. When it turns off, put it on, and you're gonna start seeing that it gets fluffy, and it looks like you bought it like that. I'm really good at that. Trust me, I do it now. And so they were so cute. I had them cut right at my butt line, and it looked so cute. And then I had on my knees, my hips, my legs, my all the way down. I had cuts, and that's when they first started coming out in style. And um, so I'm thinking we're fist fighting, but he's cutting me, and he was trying to get my face. When I realized there was so much blood all over, I'm like, how? Where's this blood coming from? From the line. So God, where's this damn fucking blood coming from? And I'm not realizing, because I'm gonna tell you right now, your adrenaline is so high that you don't feel when they're cutting you. You don't. You really don't feel it. Mm-mm. You don't feel it. You don't feel it at all. He sliced me about in each hand 7 times. He got me because he remember he always said that he wanted to slice my face. He always would throw that in my face, and he was going for my face. And now I knew he had the razors. Now he knew he had the razors. Now I knew he had the razors, and I was not gonna let him cut my face. There was no way. And I'm fighting him. I'm fighting him. Meanwhile, um, the man that I call my hero, he's not around anymore. But I know he's my guardian angel. One of them. Because my brother, too, oh yeah, my brother's not my blood brother, but he's my brother. I got two guys I call my brother. Dean His name is Dean, and then my brother Pito. All right. So, um, he tried to throw me down the stairs, and I wouldn't let him, and I was holding on to the thing, and he punched me in the back of my neck, and then is when the person I was with saw what was happening. When he saw what was happening, he didn't know who these guys were. He had never seen them before, a picture of nothing. So to him, it just looked like two guys robbing me. And to him, he put the baby down. We call her a baby, but she was 4, I think. Well, I'm gonna look it up for you guys. If you guys are at the end of the video, I'll tell you his name. You can look it up. You can see that, yeah, he put as his occupation, sorry, that he was a mechanic. Motherfucker couldn't fix his own car, more or less be a fucking mechanic. But anyway, that's what he told everybody in the news, in the TV, that he was a mechanic. I'm like, this motherfucker, what a fucking liar. But anyway, now this person runs across the street, puts the baby down on the floor. His nephew takes my daughter and throws her in the back seat. And now the person I was with grabbed him by the back of his shirt so hard that he threw him down the stairs. But this motherfucker had me, and I fell down the fucking stairs with them. And I hit the back of my lung so bad, it was black and blue. It was the biggest black and blue you could see. It was the biggest close to when I broke my leg, that my leg was yellow, purple, black, green, all those colors when I broke my ankle, all the way to my knee. Anyway, I went down the stairs also, and then I ran to my friend's window, and on her door, I banged on her door, and I told her, my ex-husband is trying to kill me. She thought I said my husband is trying to kill me. And she was like, what? And I told open the door, and they open, I'm screaming, open the door, please, for the love of God. I'm like, for the love of God, open the door. And she did, and I punched my hand straight through the glass. I really did. I punched my hand straight through the glass. And she grabbed my hand from the other side. I have like 4. You can't see them anymore. This was so long ago. I mean, so long ago. But when we fell on the floor, he screams to his nephew, and now all of a sudden he turned into a pussy when he saw there was a man with me. And he fucking told his nephew, throw me the gun, throw me the gun, throw me the gun. And we didn't have a gun on us. We weren't planning to go kill anybody. We had carried the gun with us. We had a child with us. At any moment, she can open that glove compartment and put a bullet inside her head. Believe me, I have a story to tell you guys about how a gun went off in my house, and thank God that my daughter's alive. I thank God every day. But anyway, we went down, and I didn't feel when I hit my lung. I didn't feel the cuts. I didn't feel nothing. All I know is that they opened the door and they locked it. And when they locked it, I ran to the room, and I told, I'm not going to say her name again. I told her, call 911, call 911, call them now. And she's like, what happened to you? I'm like, just call 911 and tell them to get here now. And she's like, all right, calm down. So she said, his name's trying to kill you? I said, no. My daughter's father is trying to kill me. And she was like, what? And I'm like, she's on the phone with 911 and her lover, because they weren't married, is in the bathroom. And I'm like, where's this blood coming from? Can you tell me? And I'm looking all over the place. And you don't feel, the cuts don't open. You don't feel it. You don't feel when you're getting sliced. I promise you, you don't. And to me, I thought he was punching me. And so when I looked in the mirror, I didn't see nothing on my face. I was like, oh, thank God, nothing on my face. But where's this blood coming from? And when I look, she's on the phone with 911, and she's like, her husband. I said, no, not my husband. I turned my face, and I felt my fucking side of my fucking, the back of my ear. I could feel it all the way down to my earlobe. So you can't see it on my face. Thank God. It opened wide up. And I felt that shit open wide up. And it fucking almost killed me. Like, I couldn't believe such a that they didn't want to. The victim's advocate in court, they didn't want to show me my own pictures. That I never ever saw the cuts. Never. On my fingers, they had already put bandages on me. I didn't look for that, but I didn't feel it hurting me yet. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I felt my face. So I grabbed toilet tissue and I grabbed it and I put it on my face. And I hear banging on the door, and I'm like, don't open it. And then I was like, yeah, open it, because this one's out there. Check to see who it is first. And she looked through her window of her room, and she saw it was the person I was with, so she opened the door. And he was like, where is she? He took the baby. Oh, my God. And when I was fighting him, the keys that had a knife on them that I could have stabbed him to death, the keys fell out of my hands and they went straight down to the grass. And it's 11:30 at night. Exactly. Okay? Exactly 11:30 at night. And he started screaming, they started telling me, don't turn your face, don't turn your face. And he was banging the window door, and he was like, he took the baby, give me the keys. I said, they fell in the grass. He said, what? So now they're grabbing all kinds of shit and looking for flashlights while the cops, I can hear the cops already coming. In Florida, the cops do not play, okay? Especially not in Orlando. They don't play, they really don't. They don't fuck around with you at all. They will fucking trust and believe. Trust and believe. The guys from Orlando do not play. They don't play. And they don't play when it comes down to children being abducted either. And they didn't like that at all. And the next thing I know, I don't know how I got from the bathroom outside, but I sat on the steps. I think maybe he was looking for the keys. He found the keys, and he gets in the car, and he dips out. But right now, the other guy's got a good 10-minute getaway from us. So the cops, I don't know how the cops showed up. I didn't see no cops show up, but all I know is that I had a flashlight in my face, and it was a tall officer. He was so tall. And he's like, ma'am, ma'am, you need to go to the hospital. You're bleeding. And I remember looking up at him, and I said, where's my daughter? And he said, he took your daughter. Who is that man? I said, that's her father. He took her. Oh my God. Anyway, I went back into that time zone, and it was crazy. I couldn't get, after they take me to the hospital, the doctor had to go to court and testify because he said that we were fighting, that we jumped him, and we were fighting, and I cut my face with his bracelet. So we needed a professional, the one that came and stitched me up to make it look beautiful, even though you couldn't see it because my hair, when I turn my face, you can't see it, nothing, because it goes from the top of the ear to the lobe in the back, a piece of my lobe. You could, if you look at it, you could see it. It's like I maybe broke an earring out of it, but he didn't get me nowhere on my body, thank God. But now my daughter's gone. So now I'm like, I hear the helicopters, and Florida don't play, like I told you. She called them, they were there in a matter of maybe 7 minutes, and that was really long because they're there usually in 3 to 4 minutes. But they couldn't get in the complex because the gates were locked. And you had to buzz people in to come into your place. And they couldn't get in because the gates were locked, so they didn't know what the fuck was going on. They finally got in. They're putting the flashlights in my face. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy. What is going on? Where's my daughter? And he said, you have to go to the hospital. You need stitches. And that's when I saw my hands, and my hands were throwing blood. And the person I was with came out with a bunch of towels, and he was putting them around my fingers and on my face for me to hold it on my face. And I was like, damn, he's so crazy that he's suicidal. I'm scared he's gonna kill my daughter and then kill himself. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the way he got my daughter from my nephew, because he bought my daughter like about $8,000 in clothes. My daughter did not need clothes because when check this out. So I go to the hospital, I get stitches, and we go to Joe's house, and we go there, and there's many Joes. I'm not saying the first name. So there where am I? We're in the hospital. The news is there. I couldn't move. I mean, it was crazy. It was like a circus that came into town. And I'm out of my blood. No. No. So I hope we don't turn off. We're going on the 30-minute mark. If we turn off, I'll put this video through after I edit it. It'll do whatever I gotta do with it. Not really just put words into it. You guys can understand me better. If it does that, I'm gonna come right back on. Okay, let me put it through and let it upload, and then I'll come right back on. Because it's not like I'm reading a book or nothing. This is my life. So anyway, Dominican men are disgusting. They are disgusting as, I guess, husbands. Because when we started hanging out, I told you guys, we were hanging out with the Dominicans, and they're the ones who had the money, the drugs, everything. And we were beautiful, blonde and tall, beautiful legs, short skirts, and they really only saw blonde, blue-eyed girls. I don't have blue eyes. My sister does. My sister does. The other one has gray eyes. The two twins have hazel, and my sister Evelyn has hazel also. I'm the only one who came out with brown eyes. But anyway, so I'm not is burning wrong, and then I'll lose my blind. Like that. Sorry, let's fix it. So, all right. So then, in the hospital was like a circus, and everywhere I went, I was escorted by police. It was like they stuck 15 cops to my ass. I couldn't go even to the bathroom alone. A police officer wanted to come inside. They thought I was actually suicidable because he took my daughter, and I thought he was going to kill her. So they made sure they didn't leave me alone for nothing. And I was not suicidal. I wanted my daughter back, and I was going to get her back. So, they gave they called for Dr. Tessa, and for him, he works in the ER. He's a doctor, but he also does plastic surgery, and he's really good with it, and he knows how to fix you up really nice so it won't show. And he did a great job on me, and he worked on me, I think, 7 times. Yeah, about 7 times to get rid of the scar. So now you only see like a little bit. I mean, a little bit. And that's because I could see it because I pulled my earlobe down. Otherwise, you won't be able to see it. But I'll take a picture and I'll show you guys. And anyway, so we're we're being released from the hospital. The cops are with us, and we drive to Joe's house. And the motherfucker doesn't, I guess he doesn't understand. He didn't understand the magnitude that this was. I think that he thought something else. I don't know what he thought. But he lived with me not as my brother for the whole time I lived in Florida. And 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago, I finally got the nerve to tell him, get the fuck out. But I did it a different way. And so he can know to get out. This burn wrong. I don't want it to burn wrong. I'm sorry, guys. So, anyway, we're leaving the hospital. The news is all on me. So I knew that if I went home, the news was going to be on me there. And so what we did was, we went out the back of the hospital and we took a taxi to his house, Joe's house. And I knock on the door. It's like 3:30 in the morning, and he opens the door, and we're like, we just came from the hospital. Mookie's father tried to kill me or something. I don't know what was my words exact, but he was like, I gotta go to work in the morning. I'm going to bed. I'm like, did he understand what we just said? Did he understand that the baby's missing? Because to him, that's his goddaughter. And I'm like, did he understand what we said? But we were so tired. I had to sleep or I would be no good. And I was so sleepy. I fell asleep. And at 8:30 in the morning, my next door neighbor, who became my mother to me, and she called me in Joe's house and tells me, you need to get over here because the news is all over your house and they're everywhere. Channel 2, Channel 6, Channel 9, Channel 11. She said, everybody's here. The newspaper's here. Ted Scouten from Channel 9. Okay, Channel 9, I think it's Channel 11 in New York. But Ted Scouten, back in the day, he was the top reporter. Ted Scouten, I remember his name now, very clear. He was the head news reporter. If there was a movie to cover, he would cover it. He was the one. So I said, I'll be right there. And I woke him up and I told him, let's go, we gotta go. The news is all over there. I mean, we gotta go. The baby. And he was like, let's go. Because to him, now this is his daughter. He's had her since she was 11 months old. I mean, he loved her. He taught her how to swim when she was like 12 months old. She was, maybe, yeah, maybe, I think it was a year old. She didn't even use floaties, not even in the first time, because in Florida, all there are pools and beaches and jacuzzis, trust me. So, he would dunk her down and just leave her, and she would come back up like a fighter. She loved The Lion King. I remember on the news. Well, not yet, guys. We're not there yet. So we get to my house, and we cannot get in the complex because all the news people are there, and they were all waiting for me, but they didn't know it was me. So there's two entrances into the complex, but the main entrance they thought I was going to take. We took the back entrance, and we came in, and now we're getting out of the car, and we're trying to get up the steps without them noticing us. But by the time I got to the second, where I got pulled down from the second, as everybody started running at me. And they are like, are you on the cruise? And then Ted Scoutson said, come here, come here, come here. And I'm like, no, who are you? And he's like, I'm Ted Scoutson. I cover the news here. And I'm in Florida. And he's like, choose me to be the first one to talk to. Please choose me. Because I'm going to, if you choose me, I promise you, I'm going to be with you through the whole entire thing. I will not sleep unless I sleep in my van, my work van. I will be here for you. And he promised me that. And he did it. He really did. So, that I let them all come in for the first interview because I know I needed everybody to know what he looked like. I needed everybody to know, he's with another guy and they have a little child in the back seat. And to believe that a fucking state trooper in fucking Broward County fucking stopped him and gave him a ticket for his plates and let him go. Meanwhile, there's a fucking Amber Alert for my daughter, and he didn't even take it into account that there was a baby lying, sleeping in the back of the fucking car. with no seatbelt on. Turn it off. Burn wrong. Burn wrong. Anyway, so um, I let all the news people in, even the newspaper, to give them a interview. And I started with Ted Skousen. I felt comfortable with him. That's who I felt comfortable with. If y'all look it back up, you're gonna see who was Channel 9's news anchor, um, who topped all the big stories. Ted Skousen. And this is my daughter was about 5, and she's 20. She was born in, well, I'll get it to you guys. I told you it'll still keep burning. It kept burning, damn it. Anyway, so I want to do this me on camera, but right now I'm getting comfortable with it, guys. Okay? Because I've never been comfortable in front of a camera unless I was modeling, and I did. I did model. I could have became a very big model if it wasn't because I was helping somebody else with their career. So, anyway, I gave the first one, and I said it with the pain, so much pain in my heart. I said it, and I said, Victor, she don't even know you. Bring her back. Bring her back. She don't know you. But to find out that she had a great time, she told me about it. She told me that that they went to hotels and they went swimming, and how he put cartoons on for her. Oh my God, I was nauseous. But she even told me he said he was my daddy, but that's not true. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys something. I'll tell you it. I'll tell you it. I forgot something to tell you guys. Oh my God, I forgot. But I'll come back with it if I have to, because I'm at 42 minutes. And I don't know if you guys are bored or into it, because I'm reliving it, is what I'm doing right now. So, anyway, I told them all, who he was, and the motherfucker made a bunch of calls to Texas. So that way the police thought that he was heading to Texas. Meanwhile, he was heading to Philadelphia. Yeah, Philly, where I got family at. And I can go any time I want. And I will. And that person knows who I'm talking to. So, Pennsylvania, just. So, he made so many calls from the hotel to Texas to throw the cops off. Meanwhile, he was driving his ass to fucking Philly. And his uncle had a house in Boston, and he was on the run with the baby for 11 days. And for 11 days, the news stood in front of my house. Every day would go by, every day. And I'm not going to say whom. We wanted to be prepared in case he came back. And we ended up, I'm not going to say who ended up bringing a damn Uzi into the house. And we had the fucking big time detectives. We had them all through the house. And they brought a Uzi in. and I had the biggest water bed ever. It was an extra king size California water bed. It was beautiful. And everybody, oh my God. My nephew jumped on that bed one time, and the lady I called my mother was laying on the side. She almost went out the window. That was so funny. But because the bed is water and he's big. My nephew, ever since he was a baby, he grew up to be a very big boy. He's a very big man right now, but and I love him. And I love his wife. I love him all so much. I love you, Caro. I love you, Joey's. I call him Joey's. And what happened? So I gave him the interview and everything. They were coming in and out of my house. The door was wide open, and everybody was coming in and out of my house. And Ted Scoutson stood in my house. He slept in the sofa. He slept in his truck. Whatever. He just didn't leave, and neither did the other news people. But he stood inside the house, and we were all in my house, and 11 days has gone by, and Jesse, this guy I know, I haven't heard from him in so long. I don't know if he's dead or alive. The life he was leading, I hope he's still alive, because the life he was leading, I didn't like it, and I bet he didn't like it himself. But I know he's probably doing good. Let's hope to God. So, Jesse's house, my house was packed with all my friends. I'm telling you, you couldn't move, you couldn't walk. Between the news media, people from next door that became my family, there were like 8 people in there. The people downstairs, I'm not gonna say their names, everybody was in my house. It was like a 24-hour, 7 days. Somebody would sleep here, somebody would wake up there, then somebody would sleep here, somebody would wake up there. It was crazy, it really was. But we got it done, and Jesse decides everybody's gonna go home that night, and that at 11 o'clock on the dot at night, we were all going to do a chain of prayer from everybody else's house. Everybody was going home, and we were gonna do. I remember my friend Sandy. She gave me this picture. She gave me this picture of 2 children. What's my charger for? I heard it. 2 children playing, and it said, and they were in Jesus Christ. God Himself was right in the middle. Well, Jesus and Christ, Father and Son, Holy Spirit is all one. So, anyway, wow, guys, I'm at 48 minutes. I think I should let you guys go. I'll let you guys go, and I feel bad. I am so sorry. Whoever was here till the end, thank you. And I'll put out part 3. This is part 3. I put out part 4. I guess about 7 o'clock. Yeah. At 7 o'clock, I'll put out part 4 for you, whoever wants to be there for it. And I promise you, I will start coming on camera. Okay? As a matter of fact, I'm going to go get my nails done after I cook. I'm going to go get my nails done and my hair dyed. I haven't dyed my hair. And it's blonde and the top is roots. So, I'm really full of shit that way. I gotta look good. But for my age, I think I do. Anyway, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll come back on. Oh my God, I'm at 15 minutes. I'll come back on tonight. Leave in your comments if you stood to the end. Leave in your comments what you thought about it. And if you like this story and you just went by it, like and subscribe would be great. And Susie, please, baby, can you answer me? You're my sister. I miss you. Angel, I miss you, baby. I love you. Prayers. And Mari Rivera, Anna Ramirez, Anna Dux, Tiffany Anna Dust. I love you, baby. Oh, 2300 Jackson Street's always here. Love you, baby. I love all you guys. I know I left out a lot of names. I'm so sorry. But I'm so sorry I kept you guys so long. Let me go ahead and go cook, and then I'll come back on. If you enjoyed it, after you watched it, please leave a comment. If you didn't, I understand. Love you guys. Peace out.